Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Ishvaro Gururatmeti Moorthi Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanunamardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam. Jayatu Devo Devaki Nandanoyam Jayatu Krishno Vrishnivansha Pradipaha Jayatu Mega Shyamala Komalango Jayatu Prithvi Bharanasho Mukundaha. In this spiritual journey, it is so important that we continuously maintain our mental tempo completely surrendered to Bhagavan. Guru Dev used to say the climatic conditions of our mind should be set to a thermostat internally of the temperature of Paramatma. Just like in a home, we have a thermostat and it is set at a particular degree. Whether it gets hot, whether it gets cold, the heater and the air conditioning unit kicks in to maintain that particular temperature. In the same way, the climatic conditions of the internal world should determine how I transact with the external world. If I allow the external world to disturb my inner poise, then I am going to be regulated by the external temperature set by the creation, by the people, by the objects. And we all know that it is transient, it is in flux, it is in movement, and it will never be the same. This is to be applied over here when Kulashekar Adwal talks about worries get shipped, because the worries on the outside are born by the outside world association, attachment with this transient world is what the cause is for losing our inner calm. So shloka number 14, we will read this. Trishnato ye madana pavano dhuta mohormimale daravarte tanaya sahaja graha sangha kulecha samsarakhe mahati jaladhau majjatam nistridhanman Padamboje Varada Bhavato Bhaktinavam Prayacha. Bhaktinava Prayacha. Oh Bhagavan, it is I who desire this Nava, the boat of Bhakti. Bhaktinava Prayacha. Please give me, since I desire to remain internally calm, the inside world can only remain calm provided I have invested in a firm faith, a firm devotion, surrendered to the feet of Bhagavan. That alone can allow us to move through the uncertain currents of the ocean of samsara, which is around us. We find ourselves surrounded by Trushna Toye. Trushna, the insatiable desires. Toyam, it is the waters of the ocean of the samsars are nothing but the vastness of the pool of desires that we all have inherited from innumerable past births. Madana Pavanod Ud Pavanod Dhuta Mohor Mimale Udduta. So Madana Pavana, the pride which fans and creates the winds which put these these waters into motion of waves, and it creates this huge Uddhuta moha, born out of delusion. Urmi, the giant waves which rises, tsunami like waves which rise. What do? They are male, they are the chains which bind us. So over here it says, "O Lord of the three worlds, we are sinking in the mighty ocean of the worldly existence that has its water as insatiable desires, rising chain of waves of delusion triggered by the wind of pride, passion, all those things." So it's a mouthful what is discussed in that first line. Basically, we are all subjected to all different desires. The desires creates in us a weakness, a tendency to acquire something. And when we do that, the seat of acquisition, the ownership is the moha, the pride, the arrogance, the ego out of delusion wants it. And when it is acquired, then pride is there. If it is not acquired, then anger is there. If somebody else gets it, I don't get it, then towards that person, it is jealousy. So on and so forth. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. All these Shat Vairis are referred to over here as Urmi. These waves rise because of our inability to handle our own desires. These are the weaknesses created. This one weakness of the desire, when we act upon it, necessarily creates this giant whirlpool of effect. And what is the whirlpool? Dara Varte, one's own spouse is a whirlpool. Why? Because now my desires and the other person's desires are at clash. A simple thing for dinner. Uh, this person likes Indian food, the other person likes Mexican food, the son likes some Thai food. Even for a simple dinner, we cannot sit peacefully on the table. Oh, this is what you have made. This is what I have to eat. And so much prep goes in preparing the food, and then you have to see, badana kadi jeva moda jova pade badana. So what do? You have to see faces of people like Mora Kadumbo, all buttermilk which is boiled, and in it there are lumps if it is not uh, stirred properly. So that's what we end up seeing. And then the simple dinner where we cannot come together in terms of eating something. So then what to do? So Dara Varte Tanaya, one's own son, Sahaja, one's own brother, siblings. And who are all these things? Graha, they become like crocodiles. I want this, I don't want that. How dare you say this? This is an insult, and aha ha ha. Every home has its own Mahabharat going on. We don't need to put a serial to understand Mahabharat. It is a live presentation. Like yesterday, I was saying, it's a live theater happening. And if we get caught up in it without proper understanding, then we will start drowning. And it will turn into a great revolution. Gurudev used to say, spirituality is not a revolution, it is an evolution. We have to evolve. So in this way, Daravarte Tanaya Sahaja Graha Sanghakulecha, Sanghakulecha, all the relatives, all of them, Samsarakhe Mahati Jalado Majjatan Naha Tridhaman. O Lord of the three worlds, hey Tridhaman, the Lord of the three worlds, Naha, for us. Who are us? Samsarakhe Mahati Jalado, in this ocean called Samsar, Majjatam, we are all drowning. Padam Bhoje Varada Bhavato Bhakti Nava Prayacha. And because we are sinking in this samsar, oh Lord, please provide a nauka. Please provide a boat. See, it is necessary for a true spiritual sadhak to go through difficulties in life. Shri RadhaKrishna Paramhamsa used to say, if someone has not gone through difficulties, it will be difficult for such a person to stay surrendered to the path of spirituality. Because the difficulties marinate us. They, just like that poor sour mango is pickled in some mirpakai and becomes avakai, which has to be taken with tair sadam, curd rice. You take that mango, that poor mango is altered and pickled in such a way that it just adds a little bit of flavor with the food that we eat. And such a pickled mango will never see that pickled mango, it will never see the sweet days of it ripening. We have plucked it and turned it into pickle. So if we have not gone through if we have not gone through the marination process of the samsar, Gurudev used to say, being roasted on the pan, then difficult for us to stay put, because then we are not burned by various desires to teach us. But once we have been burned by something, next time it arrives, we look at it more carefully. In Gujarati, there's a kahavat, dudno dajio chash phuki phuki ne pive. Trying to drink a hot glass of milk, and when that hot milk burns, and when you are served buttermilk, now you're worried that the buttermilk will burn, but buttermilk is never hot. So the person blows onto buttermilk just like one is sipping tea and blows to get some cool liquid in the mouth. In this, that is called introspection. Now that I have been burned, I don't want to be burned again. So instead of our navigation through samsara, instead of it dejecting us, rejecting us, and becoming sad and all those things, we should, in fact, look at these experiences as opportunities for growth and not to repeat them. And when we do that, only then we will be able to say bhakti nava prayacha. Now, O Lord, I desire the boat of devotion, because bhukta bhogaha, I have tasted all the desires, and there is not much essence left in it. Now I seek something permanent, something solid, something substantial, and the world cannot provide the solid, substantial support to lean on to. Thus, O Lord, you alone are solid, substantial support that I can lean on to, and eventually, O Lord, when I come to know you, I will merge into you, for I have understood through the teachings, at least I have heard, that you and I are in essence one. But to start the journey, allow me to choose you, and exclusively you and you alone. Yame vaishya vrunute tena labhyaha tasyeisha atma vivrunute tanuswam. Yamadharmaraj says in Katho Upanishad, the one who chooses Atma, Atma chooses them. So, Shraddha Purvak Varanam, choosing with great faith. Now the faith has arrived because it is solidified by the experience of the pluralistic world, that it is not capable of giving me lasting joy which I seek. So that is the essence of what is being said over here, that Bhakti Marg is Sharanagati, but the Sharanagati comes when we see that there is nothing worthy of my surrender over here. Everything is changing. Even the best of the spouse, where some 50, 60 years of marital relationship has not created any fight or disagreement, both work together, even there we realize that one day one of us is going to leave the other. Even if the marriage is good, we still have to depart. Over here it is said, Dara Varte. Even if it is not a whirlpool, but we have enjoyed life together, but yet we have to separate. It may not be a grim picture of fights every day and whatnot. It is a peaceful home. But yet the understanding should be that this is not permanent abode. We see others are leaving, others are going. Every day I'm getting texts about this COVID, Swamiji, please pray, such and such person, this. We see the numbers are increasing, and young people leaving. What do? So we realize the ephemeral nature of life. At least that has to be understood, that indeed it is the ephemeral nature of the world, which is transient, in movement, in flux, and everything must go. So may I solidify my faith, so that even that day when I have to bid farewell to the other, lovingly I should let them go. And the longer the relationship, the more difficult it is for us to let go of them. But it is our Vedantic understanding that will allow us to process death in a mature fashion. For what death can teach us, nobody can teach us. Thus, one of the best Upanishad is Lord of Death is a teacher, Yamadharmaraj. We see a beautiful world around us. We pay money and go to Hawaii to enjoy a vacation. But the vacation is coming to an end one day. And as we are looking at the mountain, we don't know for how long the volcano is going to be dormant. We don't know how long the weather is going to be there. We hope that it is okay. But this is a transient nature of the created world. And this has to be reflected upon. While seeing, what is to be understood is the support is the permanent, and what is appearing is an appearance. Let me make the most of the appearance. We can enjoy it, but leave it where I found it. That understanding should be there. Enjoy it and leave it where you found it. Don't try to bring it on the inside. Not one thing we can bring it on the inside. A desire comes to possess it. Look at that desire. Put it on the Navaratna Khachita Simhasana of your mind. Look at it. Oh, my mind, why do you want this? And do the Abhishekam of Mananam upon hearing Shravanam, the Abhishekam of the Mananam. This is not going to be right. Do the Alankaram of Nididhyasan on it, that this is not appropriate. Oh, my mind, give up your false pursuits. So outside we do puja, you are going to be celebrating the Moorthi Sthapana. The inside is outside Moorthi is Sthiramurti. But inside Moorthi is a Charamurti. It is moving all the time. It is a Moorthi made up of desires. And that mind is changing continuously. And the Shankaracharya ji has given us this Manasa Puja. This is Manas Puja. Give the Simhasana of your mind. Oh, my mind, upon you, I'm putting this desire. Now let me worship it and do Alankar and leave it over there. Please don't act upon it. Do the full Shodashopachara Puja of the desire and then do Udvasanam of the desire. May you go back to the place where you came from. Yathasthanam pratisthapayapmi. Oh, my desire, go back from the deep abscess of avidya where you came from. It is inappropriate for you to dance in the courtyard of consciousness. This type of, this is what Shravanam allows us to do when we have all these desires which rise up. We can do Mananam and Nididhyasan on that desire. Leave it over there and bid it farewell in the Antastha Pradesha itself. This is how we do this. Outside Moorthi should inspire us to worship on the inside. But the internal worship is a very unique worship. Ratnai kalpitamasanam himajalaihi snanam cha divyambaram nana ratna vibhushitam mrugamada. In Shiva Manasa Puja, Shankaracharya describes we don't have to do the Shivalinga Abhishek, do the Abhishekam of each one of the desires are lingam. Lingyate, gamyate, anena iti lingam. At Shiva is just referred to as little rock. Take all the desires of the rock, worship and bid farewell to them. Oh, desire, no more, no more, no more. When we do this few times, your desires will figure out, यहाँ पे तो कुछ होने वाला है ही नहीं, चलो चले जाते हैं. Few times we must do this. Have a desire for Tesla. Put that Tesla in the Navaratna Khachita Simhasana of the mind. My Honda Accord is just fine. Nothing wrong with it. It is still working. If at all I have the ability to buy Tesla, oh Lord, I give this to this institution. Or do some dan. And hold on to what humble living that he has provided. A car meaning you're going from point A to point B. So, that Warren Buffett, such a rich man, lives in a very simple home in Nebraska. He can buy off the whole America if he wants. And he still wears jeans bought from Walmart. Saks Fifth Avenue is not there in Omaha, Nebraska. So, humility does a lot in our spiritual unfolding. Continuing. Madraksham kshina punyat kshanamapi bhavato bhakti hinan padabje ma shrausham shravya bandham tava charitam apasyan yadakhyana jatam ma smarsham madhava tvamapi bhuvanapate चेतसा पह्नुवानां मा भुवं त्वत्सपर्याव्यतिकरहितो जन्म जन्मांतरेपि. Oh Bhagavan, oh Lord, now how do we maintain the spiritual tempo? We can only maintain the spiritual tempo provided people around us are of similar nature. That is called satsang. Satsang is the sangha has to be sat. But if the sangha itself is dush, then it cannot be satsang, it will be dussanga. So over here, Kulashekar Adwal is saying, it is so difficult to uplift myself on the inside. So, may I find appropriate things on the outside to lift me. And may the outside world be conducive enough for me to stay put on my spiritual journey. So, Madraksham kshanamapi kshina punyat bhakti hinan bhavato padabje. Oh Lord, may I not even come to see people who are over here kshina punyat bhakti hinat bhavatah padabje. Those people who are so spiritually bankrupt that they cannot even in their life for once have a desire to put a flower at your feet, to worship you, or to bow their head down at your feet. Such people, may I not have a bhagya of seeing them. Remove such people from my life, O Lord. Then, Mashrausham Shravya Bandham Tava Charitamapasya Anyad Akhyana Janat. Bhagavan, those people who prattle about samsar, all this person's story, that person's story, and they just keep on talking about people and the world, those people sunk in the worldly talk, and those who don't have the punya and the bhagya of speaking about your divine sports in Bhagavatam, in Ramayana, in all the divine stories about you, may I not even come to hear the words of such people. May they go away. See, I'm telling you, the power of our intention plays around. If our intention is strong for satsang, the garbage man who's driving that truck and picking up that garbage, when you say good morning, that person will also bless you, sir, this morning. Even he will, that garbage collecting guy will also come and bless us. This is the power of intention, that people around us, a conducive world will arrive. But that conducive world will only arrive provided we have an intention, a desire to see that. Jnaneshwar made a buffalo chant Vedas, imagine. So, wild animals will lose their wild nature in front of a divine person. Not that they are going to jump into a lion's den and hug that lion, but quietly they will walk. And Bhagavan will also put such a desire into the lion, he will sleep off and not even acknowledge the presence of this person. Our Shukdev ji used to roam about in jungles. The Bhagavat Kathakar of Parikshit ji, who never used to stay in one place long enough. The time it took to milk one cow is how much he will sit in one place, get up and move on, because he didn't want to get attached to anything. And such a person, Parikshit ji, made him sit for 7 days and 7 nights to tell the story of Bhagavatam until Takshaka the snake comes and puts an end to Parikshit ji. There's a power of satsang that he made even Shukdev ji sit for 7 days. The one who could not be bound to a place for a muhurtam, he stayed for 7 days and 7 nights. This is called power of satsang and intention. Parikshit ji made that happen. We also, when I was working, I was in Bay Area. I had a co-worker with just foul language, very bad words, every other word. Why do you have to anoint sentences with the 4-letter word and all the other things that come? Why can't you? You are an engineer, speak properly. But what do you do? What can you tell them? You also cannot tell them. So one day I just came home, and people write Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. They write in the book. I came home and I opened a book and I wrote that 4-letter word. I said, Bhagavan, this word bothers me because this person at work only chants this. And it is creating very uneasy feeling. Why in our meetings and everywhere, he dirty bhasha Why does he have to speak? So today, I want to remove my hatred for this nasty Bhasha, and I'm writing this because all 26 alphabets are yours. It is permutation, combination of these alphabets in this way which bothers me. But you are Matruka Saraswati to begin with. So I am writing this as an offering to you. I did that. Next day onwards, this man, Bhasha changed. I worked 7 years after that. In fact, he became one of my really good friends. And I didn't have to tell him. Something happened. So enough. Gradually, over a period of 6-7 months, nastiness evaporated. That girlfriend of his who did not want to marry him, now she proposed to him. He proposed 3 times and she said no. See, our intentions, I did it for my sake. I didn't do it for his sake. It was my relationship with Bhagavan. I said, Bhagavan, this is bothering me. This is a prayer that Lord, Bhadram karne bhi shrunuyam devaha, Bhadram pashye makshbirya jatraha, sthirairangai sushtuvagam sasanubhi. The Upanishadic prayers are also that may I see, that is good, may I hear, that is good. Mas marsham madhav tvamapi bhuvane bhuvanapate chetasam apluvana. Bhagavan, those people who have abandoned you from their heart, chetasam, apluvanam, those who have removed you, may I not even come in contact with such agnostics, atheists. May they all stay away. Mabhuvam tvatsaparya vyatikara rahito janma janmantarepi. Oh Bhagavan, may I become your devotee who worships you janma janmantarepi, for life after life after life. May I just worship you and you alone, Bhagavan. We will skip 16, we will go to 17. Next shloka. 16 is beautiful one. You read it. Gurudev's commentary is very beautiful. I want to do more over here. Prayerful shlokas so that we can rise in devotion. Jihve kirtaya keshavam muraripum cheto bhaja Shridharam पाणिद्वन्द्व समर्चयाच्युतकथाः श्रोत्रद्वयं त्वं शृणु कृष्णं लोकयलोचनद्वयहरेः गच्छाङ्घ्रियुग्मालयम् जिग्रग्राणमुकुन्दपादतुलसी मूर्धन्यमाद्योक्षजम्. Hey Jihve Keshavam Kirtaya. Oh my tongue, sing the glories of Keshava. Hey Chetaha Muraripum Shridharam Bhaja. Oh my mind, remember the Bhagavan who killed these demons. And we see in Devi Bhagavatam, the Devi is killing all these Rakta Bij and Shumba and Nishumbha and Madhu and Kaitab and Mahishasur, and Bhagavan is also in Bhagavatam killing demons. What is this Indian scriptures? Killing demons. Are these are nothing but our own negativity. That whole Devi Bhagavatam, please don't think it is outside. She has created such a massive thing. If we read Devi Bhagavatam, it strikes fear in us, describes the weapons and how she killed and how she tortured and all those things. Are all that is that Mahishasur. Mahi is earth. Mahisha, the lord of the earth. And the Asura, the one who makes earth, meaning what? Earthly objects as Ishvara and worships the earthly objects is Mahishasur. So the person who is completely materialistic is Mahishasur. And she has to take 18 hands, 18 weapons, because the materialists, how much is the possession? 5-bedroom home, attic, garage filled to the brim. Every nook and corner is filled with objects, objects, objects. That is Mahishasur. And a conjuice Marwadi, you ask for one little thing, cannot give. So naturally the Devi has to have with 16 hands, she has to come over there and remove one by one objects. That is what Mahishasur is. Please don't think there is some Mahishasur. We are Mahishasur. Poor Devi has to take special avatar for us. So like that, all these demons, Muraripum and Mahishasur and all of these demons, actually these are internal demons. Symbolically, poetically, it is put out in Puranas and we are fascinated by the stories, but the stories have hidden messages for us. But children, it is very beautiful to hear that, but as adults, we have to create a different way of looking at Trunavarta, the demon which comes as a Vantolo, that is none other than the mind which goes in a tornado fashion, which wants and wants and wants and uproots everything in the process of wanting, 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 wanting. So each one of these, Aghasur and Bakasur and Trunavarta, Putana, the one who is not purified, is Putana. Even the names have great meaning. So this, when it is said that He Chetaha Muraripam Shridaram Bhaja, how can I worship Bhagavan who is killing all these things? Oh Lord, I will give you the Trunavart over here. Take him. Oh Lord, I will give you Bakasur over here. Take him. Oh Lord, I will give you Aghasur over here. Take him. Oh Lord, I will give you Kaliya over here. Dance on top of him. Like Jada Kamala Chani Jane Bala. Swami Amaro. Wake up that Swami within. That is what is said over here. Pani Dvandva Samyak Archaya Achyuta Katha. So, oh my hands, worship Narayana. Over here, Pani Dvandva Samyak Archaya. And then Achyuta Kathaha Shrotra Dvayam Tvam Shunu. The stories of Bhagavan, oh my ears, listen to that. Krishnam Lokaya Lochana Dvaya. Oh, the eyes look at Krishna, look at Krishna. You can look at the whole world and remember the form of Krishna everywhere. Lord Shiva closes his eyes and sees divinity within. You will never see Krishna meditating. Krishna keeps the eye open and sees the whole world around him, and he says, I am in all, I am in all. Like that, may the meditation continue. Harehe gachangri yugmalayam. Oh, my feet, may you go to the alaya of Harehe, the temple of Bhagavan. Go to the dwelling place of Bhagavan. And then Jigra Grana Mukunda Pada Tulasi, that Tulasi which has been picked up after being offered at the feet of Narayana. Oh, my nose, may you come to smell it. Moorthan Nama Adokshajam. Namaha, you bow down. Oh, my mind, oh, my head, bow down. In this way, we can bow down to Bhagavan. We can, each one of these five senses were addressed over here, and our life can be converted into a blessing. But life can only be converted into blessing provided we find unique ways of employing this life so that it can take us towards the higher rather than falling into this world. It's as simple as that. Little bit of effort is required. Initially, when we have this little effort, then it becomes effortless and we move into the higher realm. So we have done about 16 shlokas. I skipped one. So there are still so many more shlokas. Some other time with another yajna, we can finish the rest of them. But people have any questions, you can send your questions. I've been asked for last 15 minutes to ask questions. Anybody has any questions?
Hari Om Swamiji, I can read the questions from the chat if you like, or we do have a couple that have come through.
Yeah, go ahead, read them.
Okay, so one question is if Swamiji could further expand on how to get out of the cycle of karma and karma bhoga that all jivas are caught into.
We have to understand that we will never ever be able to understand the karma gati if we inquire, why am I suffering? Why is it that I am going through this and the other person is not? That is the wrong inquiry. Bhagavan Krishna has already said in Bhagavad Gita, Gahana karmano gatihi. There are so many complex dynamics which have come out in innumerable past births, which has given this prarabdha. So the right way to deal with our life is to accept wherever we are in the stage of life. If I find myself here and now today, that same karma which has brought me over here, the same karma can also get me out of here. And that is what Bhagavan Krishna says. Instead of questioning why such has arrived, Arjuna, you offer your actions back to Narayana and convert karma into karma yoga. You unite yourself in proper attitude. And when you do that, that karma yoga will create an opportunity for you to dive deeper into satsang, because now to the extent that to which you engage in karma yoga, to that extent the antakarana, mind and intellect, will become placid, and it will slowly start to mold to the words of Guru and Shastra. But if you get stuck on why must I do this? Why am I going through this? The questioning of karma gati will destroy you. In fact, there are no answers, because those past actions are not available for us to study. Bhagavan Krishna says, you and I both have taken many a births. Tanyaham vetti sarvani natvam vetta parantapa. I know all my births, but Arjuna, you don't. And since you don't, you will not know why this karma has arrived. So best engage in karma yoga. Offer the difficult life at the feet of Bhagavan. As difficult as it is, accept it. Number one, we must accept if bad things have happened to us, okay, it has happened. Oh Lord, now I want to come out of it. There is no blame game over here. That because of this person, I went through this. I was tortured and tormented by such and such person in the marriage and blah, 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 blah. No point in plastering all this onto our antakarana. Accept where you are. Do what you need to do as an offering to Bhagavan, that I am not blaming anyone. Oh Lord, this has arrived. I'm going to stand up for it. All I ask is for lives and lives ahead, if there be, may you give me the wisdom to deal with life, bus. And in there is Krishna. Okay, next question.
Okay, thank you, Swamiji. The next
Please
question.
do type your question in the chat.
So I do have one more that came through.
Okay.
Please expand on Nishchay Bhakti, explained during verse 6, and how regular Bhakti can evolve into Nishchay Bhakti.
In shloka number 6. Tvatpadambo ruha yugagata nischala bhakti rastu. Nischala bhakti is a bhakti which doesn't flicker. Bhagavan Krishna says, Yatha deepo nivatastha nengate sopama smruta. Just like a little lamp which is lit in a place where there is no wind, the lamp burns steadily and does not flicker. The Nischala Bhakti is a bhakti which doesn't flicker when the winds of passion, the winds of desires are blown at it. So a bhakti becomes Nischala Bhakti when the winds of desires are removed. This is explained in Dhyana Yoga, the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. What does Dhyan mean? Dhyan means the mind which has become steady. The mind can only become steady when it is not distracted, when it is not disturbed. What distracts the mind? Desires distract the mind. And to keep that mind in that state of steadiness is the Nischal Bhakti, which doesn't flicker, which doesn't move, it remains there. When will that state happen? That state will happen when slowly, when we have worked on ourselves, where we, through understanding, we falsify the nature of desire. The Nishchala Bhakti of Shri Ramana Maharshi Ji, to stay on the foothills of Arunachala for 59 years. He didn't go to any place. He remained quarantined, self-quarantined with Arunachala. There's no such thing as COVID or anything. He took one train ride in his life from Madurai to Tiruvannamalai, and he remained with Tiruvannamalai, in Tiruvannamalai with Arunachala. Paramajyoti. What kept him over there when he sat for 18 hours just looking at the Rocky Mountain in the heat of Tamil Nadu, 110, 115, the body is dripping sweat. He is wearing his langot and just looking at Arunachala. That's Nishchala Bhakti. There's no desire is taking him even to the temple to stand in queue to do namaskar of the Agni Lingam. For him, the mountain, in him, he is doing the darshanam of the lingam, and that same Arunachala is a flame of awareness within. That's Nishchal Bhakti. To practice what Ramana Maharshi Ji did is inappropriate, because he did so much spiritual practice in past birth that what we call yoga brashta, we don't see the karma yoga that they have done in the past birth. He can do it. Our Tapovanji Maharaj in Uttar Kashi, to sit for 18 hours and just watch the flow of Ganga. Raman Maharshi Ji watched a mountain. Tapovanji Maharaj watched only the river Ganga. Shri RadhaKrishna Paramhamsa worshipped Mother Kali. In each one of them, we see a unique aspect of Nishchala Bhakti. And this Nishchala Bhakti is a product of mind, just like a kumbhar makes a pot, then he takes a thread and cuts the pot, and the pot has a big hole underneath it, and he takes payo, you know, the beating wood, and he beats the pot and closes the bottom part and seals it. And now that clay pot is heated, and that same clay pot now is capable of holding water. In the same way, through karma yoga, we have to beat out the desires of the clay pot of our mind. Then it has to be baked in the fire of jnanam, and it holds eventually the coolness of devotion, the water, the steady water which nurtures and irrigates the jiva while it is still trapped in the prism of BMI until absolute mukti is attained. This is to be practiced slowly, 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 we cannot come to this state unless and until we have renounced desires. We cannot have both the Shreya Marg and Preya Marg both together. Impossible. Yama Dharmaraj says Shreya leads to a different goal and prayer leads to a different goal. So all prayers has to be converted into Shreyas, and that Shreya Marg, when we come, slowly, we incubate devotion in every action that we live. And slowly, when each one of our actions bears the fruit of dwelling in awareness, that is Nishchala Bhakti Astu. Tvatpadambo ruha yugagata. Oh ho ho ho. For yugas, this bhakti will remain. And such a person has no interest in nastha dharme, na vasunichaye, naiva kamopabhoge. What does that mean? Desires are drained out. If I don't have desire for dharma, does that mean I will do adharma? No. At this point in time, the universal dharma will kick in. And as the prarabdha of the body, that is dealt with. That is Nishchala Bhakti. Okay.
Thank you, Swamiji. So I think we've reached our time. So
Yes.
just a few more moments. I think I can vouch for everyone when I say that Swamiji's discourse, even through this virtual medium, has really left a powerful impact. And we do look forward to finishing at some point in the future. So per our Guru Shishya Parampara tradition, Yamunotri will be offering Guru Dakshana to Swamiji, and because we're not in person, we will be sending that to Swamiji. For our individual seekers who would like to offer their gratitude to our respected Swamiji, please do offer your Guru Dakshana, your offering. In the chat, we do have the link available. Also, it's available on the slide here. So if you want to take a quick screenshot of that or click on the link, please do so. Again, thank you, Swamiji, and I will ask our respected Uncle Ji to say a few words. Hari Om, thank you.
Hari Om, Uncle Ji, Auntie Ji, Pranam, Namaste.
Hari Om, Pujya Swamiji, please accept our pranams. First of all, we thank Swamiji for accepting our invitation for satsang on this auspicious and very important day for all the devotees at Yamunotri on our Moorthi Sthapana day, and the excellent talks. And I am certain it has raised the level of the mind of each devotee who has listened these talks. Swamiji may ask me, how do you say that? Swamiji, I was seeing the number of participants increasing every day. Today it is 56. That shows the interest of each participant, and nobody could leave it. And the Swamiji chose a beautiful text, very apt, appropriate for the occasion, is the Bhakti. Bhakti. And that also Mukundamala written by Raja Shri Kulsekhara. And who's giving me so much detail. It's very, we were all reveling in that talk. What is Bhakti? What is this Chaturbhuj Narayan holding Sankha Chakra Gada Padma? How can I reach there? What are the obstacles? What is sadhana? And Swamiji gave very practical, many tips in each and each verse. I will not quote all of them, couple of them. Swamiji told us about the bhakta inside the mind. What is the inside the mind of a bhakta? And that is a standard mind for all sadhaks. Swamiji told us that his mind is soaked in Bhagwan. Soaked in Bhagwan. And how is our mind? Our mind is soaked in OET, object, emotions, and thoughts. And this mind, which is soaked in object, emotions, and thought, is to be transformed to the mind which is soaked in Bhagwan. How to do that? And Swamiji gave a beautiful tip. Every evening, make a short list where your mind was stuck all day. And I tell you, if you introspect this, you will find only 3, 4, 5 places you are stuck, not many places. 3, 4, 5 places. Either your family member or your asset or your friend or your job, not many. And then offer this list to Bhagwan, please help me. Like Swamiji did about his friend at his work. He will take care, he's karm phal data, he will do it. Swamiji also told that you don't have to leave your house, home and everything. What we have to leave is only attachment to it. Attachment is the poison. If we can do that, we are successful. Nowhere in Shastra says that you have to leave and go to Himalaya. No. It is our prarabdha. We are enjoying. We will enjoy. Bhagwan has given us 5 Gyanendriya and 5 sense objects, and he has given us the ability and the capability. We will enjoy, but don't get attached to it. That's all. Many times I have said, even our Gurudev used to say to brahmacharis, oh, you have got today ice cream, eat it, but don't meditate on it. That's all. That's all. You have to do that. So we again thank Swamiji for the wonderful satsang which lifted our mind to higher. Now this Moorthi Sthapana day is very important and auspicious for us. It is around this time in 2008, our RadhaKrishna Bhagwan all the way from India arrived to Yamunotri and decided to make Yamunotri his home, abode. It was about 12 years ago. And within 12 years, by his magic wand, he has attracted so many devotees. There are hundreds of devotees serving him now. Our committee members, Bal Vihar Sevak Sevikas, study group Sevak Sevikas, and IT people. Those who have made the thing virtual, made Swamiji sitting somewhere, appearing in all homes. This is because of the IT, advancement of this information technology. Then our other front desk staff, sevaks, parking lot sevaks, and bhojan sevaks. I can't name. There are so many people. And in the festival time, our RadhaKrishna Bhagwan used to gather 500 devotees at a time in this shrine. See how he attracts. In 12 years' time, more than 500 different festivals that come. It is said that our face is the mirror of our heart. If my thought is there of anger, face will show. Immediately it will show. If I am sad, my face will show. If I am happy, my face will show. Same thing happens with our RadhaKrishna Bhagwan here. If you have the eye of devotion, you can read his face. Sometimes he's very happy. And it's not, the bhakti is not only doing puja, japa, going to Tirthan or Ganga Snan. Even the Atma Vichar, it is said, our Puja Guruji also said recently, maybe yesterday evening only, he said it is the highest bhakti. And Bhagwan RadhaKrishna sitting here, he is seeing that this Atma Vichar or the bhakti is continuously happening in our Yamunotri. Today our chicks have compiled journey of Yamunotri, how it was in the past, present, and future. So we request all of you to stay and see the journey of Yamunotri. Tomorrow we have got puja. Tomorrow we have got the puja, Moorthi Sthapana puja, and Gurukul ji will be doing. I am not sure whether the Gurukul ji was, I think he did the Moorthi Sthapana also in 2008. Yes. Am I right? Yes. Same Gurukul ji will be doing the puja tomorrow also. And we have just studied the Bhakti Shastra. We also take part in that. Taking part in that means what? Taking part in that, you can become a Yajman. Now you don't have to come to even mission in the shrine. You can do it at your home. In the month of August, we did 2 Satyanarayana Puja. We did all the chanting here, and in the devotee's place, the devotee was doing all the puja. So you also can do that. You can become Mukhya Jajman. You can sponsor for the Kalash Puja or a general sponsor, or you can be just witness of puja, but do join. Why? Because that will purify your mind, because the mind is going toward the Lord. And we don't get such opportunities often, you know. We don't get these opportunities often. So please take this opportunity and come forward, join, and get benefit. Not only you, the whole family will be benefited. Children will learn how to do puja. It's a unique thing. May the grace of Lord RadhaKrishna Bhagwan be always with all of us. Hari Om. Hari Om Swamiji, Pranam.
Thank you, Uncle Ji. We will now start our Yamunotri Yatra, put together by our chicks and CSKs. And I'll request Shilpa to get started.
Hari Om, Pranam to Swamiji, Uncle Ji, Auntie Ji, and welcome again to the 12th year Shri RadhaKrishna Moorthi Sthapana anniversary and our first virtual celebration. So together, let's take in the incredible memories of our past, revel in the present moment, and feel encouraged about our future. Sit back, relax, enjoy the virtual Yamunotri Yatra with special appearances by our Balvihar alumni, including music by our own Chetan. Hari Om.
My favorite Chinmaya memories are from all the summer camps that I attended, where I got to forge so many lifelong friendships from all over the country. I also so fondly remember all the Mother's Day celebrations where the fathers would spend such a long time trying to prep and coordinate the menus and arrange such a fabulous event for all the mothers. It's amazing to see the evolution that Yamanotri's made from the initial days at the Civic Center to the center that it's become now. And I know that it's going to continue to have such a lasting impact on so many children and families. Congratulations.
Hari Om. My favorite memory of the Yamunotri Center goes back to the beginning, when we were at the Libertyville Community Center. Back then, there were fewer families, and we would celebrate Holi in the basement of the church next door. We worked really hard to build up the center and the community, and seeing it grow as we moved to Mandaline, where I graduated, and then into a full-fledged center has been really amazing to see. So I'm looking forward to seeing the community grow more and many more festivities to come.
Hi there, this is Amit. Just wanted to share some words about the Yamunotri program. It's been incredible. I have made many great connections, learned a lot about spirituality, and just really commend the folks that are in charge there, spending their weekends, giving all the children of our community a foundation to know our religion, to know the scriptures, to know the stories, and just to really give us a great foundation for us to go out and conquer the world and do what we want to do. So I commend everyone at the Chinmaya Mission organization, and I've really enjoyed my involvement with Chick and everyone there, and having great discussions. So thank you and have a good one. Bye-bye.
Hari Om. My favorite Chinmaya Mission memories include all of the philosophical discussions we had in Ashok Uncle's class while reading Self-Unfoldment. Of course, getting to see our community every weekend, and the few Mahasamadhi camps I attended all over the country, making friendships that are still continued to this day. I'm very, very impressed and happy to see how our Chinmaya Mission Center has grown into the community that it is today at the Yamunotri site in Grays Lake. And I'm excited for when my little one can start participating in some of the activities.
Hari Om. Some of my favorite memories from Chinmaya Mission Yamunotri are studying Kindle Life in oversized boardroom chairs with Ashok Uncle, Swamiji's weekly lectures in the basement of the Libertyville Civic Center, and after class hanging out for what felt like endless board meetings, the Bhumi Puja and Moorthi Sthapana ceremonies once the center was finally built, and the first Chick camp that we held in 2008 in Yamunotri. And hopefully someday soon, we'll bring this little guy there.
Hari Om. A distinct fond memory from Balvihar was at West Oak Middle School. After concluding prayers, Swamiji used to come up and ask us how we were doing. And any time that I hesitated or faltered to give a response, Swamiji said, "Your day has to be awesome, amazing," nothing short of that, which always brought a smile to my face then and now.
Hari Om. And my favorite Yamunotri memory is from 2008, the day that the Moorthi Sthapana was in August. I remember being in the back of the hall with my parents as the Moorthis were being revealed. I remember looking over to them and seeing the emotions in their eyes and just seeing all the hard work that they and the rest of the community had put in to make that moment happen. I felt truly blessed to be part of that moment, and it was an amazing feeling to have that day.
Hari Om. One of my favorite Yamunotri memories is going to the Greater Chicago Food Depository and our Seva work with Interfaith Youth Corps.
Hari Om. So many memories at Yamunotri, but one that comes to mind for me is summer camp. Between the yum food like those 7-layer burritos or the fabulous fun fair with the special dunking of Swamiji, or maybe most importantly, hanging out and having a good time while learning with my friends. That's when I knew that Yamunotri was another home.
Hari Om, everyone. My favorite Yamunotri memory is of dancing at Krishna Janmashtami and dancing Ras Garba with all of my friends.
Hari Om. I remember when we dunked Swamiji in the dunk tank.
Hari Om. Some of my favorite memories are hanging out in the basement of Yamunotri after dance practice and just ordering pizza and just spending time with everyone.
Hari Om. My favorite Yamunotri memory was all the chick camps.
My favorite memory is the Navaratri celebrations, where we go down to the basement and dance Ras Garba. Hari Om.
Hari Om. My favorite memory at Yamunotri is facilitating the Jaichik retreat earlier this year and running the blindfold and toothpaste workshops.
My favorite Yamunotri moment was when Puja Swami Sarupananji visited in the last day of Bhagavad Sapta in 2018. And he was telling stories about Lord Krishna and the gopis, and the shrine was packed. But with every breath that Swamiji was giving the story, you could hear a pin drop. Everyone was so attentive and the stories were so moving. And I really felt that Radhaji and Lord Krishna were there that day. It was something magical.
Hari Om, everyone. One of my favorite Yamunotri memories was one of the TGIF days. So we used to do the Thank Gurudev It's Friday back in high school when I was in high school. And on that day we watched a movie and Dhiranji was there and all of me and my Balvihar friends watched the movie together and then discussed it. It was really fun because we got to hang out with each other outside of just the Balvihar session, and then we also got to hang out at Yamunotri on a Friday night, which was a lot of fun.
Hari Om. One of my favorite Yamunotri memories is hanging out with my friends after the Shri Rama class play practices.
Hari Om. My favorite Yamunotri memories were the TGIF movie nights.
Hari Om. One of my favorite memories from Chinmaya was attending every single summer camp growing up, and it was even more gratifying to become a teacher at the end of my Balvihar career and give back.
Hari Om, everyone. This is Vaibhav speaking. What a beautiful walk down memory lane. Let's give one more round of virtual applause for the video. Really beautiful. Now, we started learning about the Yatra of Yamunotri through the years, but let's see if you were paying attention. Let's play an exciting game of Jeopardy and see how much we remember and even learn more about our journey through Yamunotri and how it's grown over the years. So what we'll be doing is we'll be playing an exciting game of Jeopardy. The way this is going to work, we've gotten some gracious volunteers who've agreed to play with us, and we're going to walk through and learn a little bit more. So in case you don't know what Jeopardy is, a little bit of a background. It's just a trivia game. You answer a question correctly and you win some points. We right now have, I think, about 10 participants who are playing, and we're splitting them between Balvihar and adults to make things a little bit more interesting. So we'll run through these questions and we'll end the game when either the questions run out or we run out of time. One more quick reminder just of house rules. If you're not the current participant, we'd remind you to stay on mute or don't put the answers into the chat, just to make sure everyone gets a fair chance and you're able to really go through with the game. And also a brief how to play. Essentially, there's going to be a set of questions on the board. You can pick a category like miscellaneous. Then you can pick a point value. An easy question would be 200. A challenging one might be 1,000. And then you can respond to the question. For example, the question might be phrased, what is the name of this organization? And you could respond, what is Chinmaya Mission Yamunotri? Pretty straightforward. We can walk through it and we can get started then. So, and before, just a couple other quick announcements. One, we have Shakti, who's keeping score in the background. In addition, for each of these questions, we'll have about 20 seconds to answer. There's going to be a timer across the bottom that explains. And today's categories, going along with our theme, Yamunotri yesterday, Yamunotri today, Yamunotri tomorrow, Gurudev, and miscellaneous questions. And with that, we can get started. Let's bring our first participant out and let them pick a category. Give us one moment while we find the participants and get them ready to go.
Vandana, go ahead.
Yamunotri today, 200.
Wonderful. Let's get started. Yamunotri today for 200. Nice and simple. Sing a line from one of the tunes that we sing during closing prayers. Anything goes.
Think of one now. Radhe 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 Govinda. Did I sing more?
That was perfect. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Vandana. Nice. So that'll be 200 points towards the Balvihar side. Very nice job to kick us off. All right, let's go back to the panel. Let's get our next participant up.
Go ahead, Akshaj.
Yamunotri tomorrow for 400.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, thank you. Yamunotri's property loses blank each year due to storms, diseases, etc. But they will be replaced in a future project. Can you fill in the blank? You can take your best guess.
Money?
That's a solid guess. Okay. The answer we were looking for was trees, but still great guess there. You have beautiful property. Sometimes the trees will go through some turnover, but luckily we have the opportunity to replace them in the coming months and years. So we're really looking forward to that opportunity. Thanks, Akshaj. Awesome. Let's go back. All right, why don't we bring up participant number 3?
Go ahead, Vijiji.
Hari Om. Yamunotri history for 200, please.
History for 200. The dates of missions Yamunotri Moorthi Sthapana.
August 28th, 2008 through August 30th, 2008.
That is perfectly spot on. Great job. Yes, wonderful. All right. That's 200 points towards the adult side. Now, let's get back to our panel. So let's get to our 4th participant then.
Anandji, you're on.
Gurudev for 400.
Gurudev for 400. Can you name at least one of the 2 of Swami Chinmayananda's gurus?
Was Tapovanji Maharaj and Shivananji Maharaj.
Perfect. You got 2 of 2. Way to go. Let's go back to our panel. Adults are catching up. It's getting tight. Now let's get to our 5th participant.
Yamunotri tomorrow for 200.
Tomorrow for 200. The age of the children who attend Shishu Vihar. This one might be a little bit trickier. You can talk through it if you're still thinking what the age might be. What's on your mind for this?
3 to 5 years.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think the number is 3 to 4 years older and younger, but that's spot on. Awesome. Let's go back here. Wonderful. Let's get to our next participant.
Hariom Kapishi, please go ahead.
Yeah. Yamunotri today 1000. I want to target high.
Who you said Yamunotri today for 1,000?
Yes.
All right. So the number of masks that were acquired and delivered through Chinmay Mission Chicago's COVID Seva project. Now, this obviously is a big number, but if you can get plus or minus 500 within that number, you'll be good. You'll be okay.
Maybe 10,000.
10,000. All right. Great guess. The number that we found on the website was 4,700, but I wouldn't be surprised if we'd be able to get to 10,000 in the coming months. So props to you for going for the highest point value. Love the enthusiasm. Awesome. And yes, this was a joint effort that was going on with all the Chicago centers, but we're very proud that we were able to participate and make that contribution to the Chicagoland area. All right, who's next up?
Yeah, Yamunotri history 400.
Yamunotri history for 400. Can you name the individual who presided over the RadhaKrishna Moorthi Sthapana at Yamunotri? Would you like a hint, maybe?
Yes, I'm not sure, but might be Swami Chinmayananda.
Close guess. It was the next disciple, Swami Tejamayanandaji. He came and was able to preside over that ceremony in 2008. We're really, really thankful that he was able to join us. Nice guess, though. Thank you. All right. I wonder if there's any takers for the 600 levels, but go ahead. What do you want to pick?
Gurudev 600.
There you go. Can you name the state in India that Gurudev was born in? I'll give you a hint. He was born in a South Indian state in India.
Tamil Nadu.
Very close. The answer is Kerala, actually. So Gurudev hails from the state of Kerala, but really good guess. They're very close together. Nice job. All right.
Thank you.
Sure. Let's go back. Let's pretend we didn't see what that question was. All right, who's next up?
Yamunotri today 600.
Yamunotri today for 600. So at the end of a puja, Uncle Ji reminds us to pray for one special thing, and a hint. Uncle Ji will say that we should pray that we are healthy, wealthy, and blank. Can you fill in the blank?
And that we are spiritually growing.
Yes, nice job. Always an important thing that we should make sure to pray during every puja, that we are healthy, wealthy, and as always, spiritually growing. Nice job. Good. All right, and next up. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Yamunotri today 400.
Yamunotri today for 400. I'll admit this one is a little bit of a joke. The color of Uncle G's favorite kurta.
What is the color white?
That is correct. This is also a segue to mention how, as you saw in the montage earlier, that Uncle G and Auntie G have joined us, and they are our resident acharyas. And we're so grateful for all the classes they teach us, the guidance they give us, and everything else. So thank you and nice job. All right, we've run through the participants once. We can go through this one more time, and I think that will be the conclusion of our game. So Shakti, can we get a quick little point check just to see where we're standing, Balvihar versus the adults?
Yeah, right now we're at Balvihar kiddos at 1,400, and then the adults are at 600. So adults, you gotta step it up.
Okay, all right, adults. Let's see if we can catch up then. All right, let's go back again. Our first participant.
Okay, miscellaneous 400.
Miscellaneous 400. the name of the 2-month program designed to teach chicks the principles of Vedanta, serve the community, and become dynamic contributors to society. The words are, I'll give you the hint that there are 3 letters that are a part of this program's name. That's the acronym. Any last guesses there? Anything goes, it's totally fine.
I know what it is, but I forgot.
On the tip of your tongue, totally fine. All right, the time has run up, but the name of the program is the Youth Empowerment Program. Yep, it's a program that Swami Sarveshananda runs out of Mangalam, the center in Texas. So hopefully we'll be able to learn a little bit more about that in the coming months. Let's go back to our panel. All right, who's next?
Can I have miscellaneous for 600?
All right, you got it. Ooh. This Swami used to enjoy surfing as his pastime. I'll also give you a hint for this. Chances are you've heard from this Swami in the last week or so, something like that. Same thing. Your best guess is totally fine.
Swami Swarupananda.
You know, I should ask Swami Swarupananda if he actually does surf. The answer for this one is Swami Shivatvananda, who was just giving our discourse before this. He mentioned it's something that used to happen a little bit before, but I'm told he was very good. So very good guess. Nice job. Cool. Okay, on to our third in this set.
Miscellaneous for 800, please.
Miscellaneous for 800. Oh, trying to catch up, I see. The average person uses blank number of trees a year in terms of paper products, wood, books, etc. Can you guess this number?
About 90 approximate.
90 trees. 90. So the answer that I have here was 7 trees per year. 90 would be a good number to estimate the number over a certain number of years. But good guess. Also, another thing we'll be able to contribute towards, I guess, as we try to work on that project at Yamunotri itself. Let's go back. All right, Anandji, take your pick.
Yamunotri history for 1000.
Let's see. The names of the 3 locations that we hosted Balavihar from before opening Yamunotri. A little hint, those might have been named during the video earlier.
One is the Libertyville Civic Center.
One. Oh, sorry, Anandji, you cut out a little bit after you said the Civic Center. Could you repeat those, please?
Mudline Elementary School and somebody's basement. I don't know whose basement it is.
Let's see. You're very close with a couple of those. So yes, we were at the Libertyville Civic Center. The second one we'll say is the Fairhaven Elementary School. And then the third one we'll say is West Oak Middle School. So, Shakti, what do you think? I would call that 1.5. Should we give them the points for perhaps half of that?
Sure, I can give them 500.
All right.
Yeah.
Great. All right, let's head back to the next question. Who's next up?
Miscellaneous 200.
Miscellaneous 200. So this is actually one of the wooden plaques that we have at Yamunotri fill in the blank. The highest form of grace is blank. One word. All right, we'll give you a few more seconds to guess. Apologies for not turning on the timer.
I'm guessing forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Very close. The answer for this is silence. But forgiveness is also one of the highest forms of grace. Nice job. Thank you. Okay, let's head back. Who's our next participant?
Yeah, it's me.
Sure.
So miscellaneous 1,000.
Miscellaneous for 1,000. The adults are really trying to catch up here. I love it. Yamunotri is one of the holy temples in the Char Dham Yatra in Uttarakhand. Name the other 3 in this yatra. And as a hint, 2 of the other Chicago centers share the names of these temples. So let's see if you can name all 3 of them.
Badrinath.
Yep.
Kedarnath.
Yep. Can you get the third one? You got the first 2.
Badrinath and Kedarnath.
Remember, it's the name of the other Chicago centers, and you've named Badri so far.
Yeah, Badri.
Ooh, sorry, Kapishji, your time has run out. The last one was Gangotri.
Oh, yeah.
But very good that you got the 2 of them. We can try something similar. Let's give the adults maybe another 2/3, 600 maybe, Shakti?
Sounds good.
Cool. All right, let's head back. Last couple questions. We'll see if we can close the gap here. What would you like to pick, Shakuntalaji?
Yamunotri today 800.
Today for 800. This Balvihar class is responsible for hosting a Seva project during November of each year.
Shri Krishna?
Shri Krishna. That is so very close. It's usually the Chinmaya class that hosts it, the high schoolers, so between grades 9 and 12. This year we're going to be the Chinmaya class and the Tapovan class. We're splitting in 2, but that's usually how we've been running. Very good guess. Good. All right, last 3 people. Let's see what we get.
Gurudev 1,000.
Gurudev for 1,000. The name of the holy festival on which Gurudev was given Sannyasa Diksha. So it's the day that they become a Swami. They put on the orange robes and begin that journey. I can give you a hint. It's think about the different festivals that we do at Yamunotri usually. For example, we've done a few festivals in the last couple weeks. There might be a few more festivals coming up afterwards as well. Can you name one of the other Hindu festivals that we have in the next couple months?
Diwali.
Close. In terms of time, that's pretty close to it. The answer is Mahashivaratri. These usually happen, Sannyasa Diksha is given traditionally on this day. So hopefully a little fun fact for you to keep in the back of your head. Nice job. All right, who's next?
Gurudev 200.
Gurudev for 200. Swami Chinmayananda's childhood name.
RadhaKrishna Menon.
There you go. Nice. Yes, Gurudev's given name was Balakrishna Menon, and then on his Sannyasa Diksha, he was given the name Swami Chinmayananda Saraswati. So nice job. And now our last participant. You can pick whatever question you want here.
We can do Yamano3 today, 800.
Yamano3 today for 800. Name an activity that is offered at Yamano3 outside of Balvihar. So each weekend we'll have Balvihar classes, but some other activities also take place at Yamano3. Maybe before, afterwards, different days of the week. Can you name one of them?
I don't remember the name of it, but I know there's like adult study group classes on like Tuesdays and
Sure. Do you know if there's
Thursdays.
anything else that happens maybe right after those Balvihar classes?
Oh,
Outside of the
language
Vedanta?
classes. Language classes.
Perfect. I'll take that. Nice job.
Thank you.
Yeah, some of the other things that they offer at Yamano3, yoga, dance, ACT, SAT classes, language classes. There's so many things that they offer at Yamano3. Yeah, language classes and is one of them. So that's another 800 points for the kiddos. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up then. We've run through a couple times. Shakti, a little drum roll. What are the points looking like?
It is 2,400 for the kiddos, and the adults are at 1,700. It was that last question, so nice job.
Ooh. All right, everyone, let's give a round of applause for our Balvihar kids for pulling in front and getting all these questions correct. Really nice job, everyone. So that would conclude our game of Jeopardy. Hopefully we'll get the chance to maybe go through some of these questions in the future. And of course, this is all just in good fun. Hopefully we were able to learn a little bit more about our Yamano3 history, future, and just some other things. And yeah, thank you all, and Hari Om.
Thanks, Vaibhav. Hari Om, everybody. I'm Shakti. Just like Vaibhav just mentioned, great job, kiddos. And it's been great to be able to be part of just watching how Yamano3 has grown in the past couple of years, and being part of the center as well. And one of our future goals is the Shishu Vihar program. So Chima Mission Yamano3 has offered a parent-child class for 3-year-olds known as the Markandeya class for many years. When the Shishu Vihar Global Initiative was started a few years ago with the goal to form a spiritual bond between the parent and their young child using a formalized curriculum, Yamano3 was able to easily expand on their existing program to even younger children. Let's start by listening to the Shishu Vihar class song and then get a glimpse of our very own Shishus here at Yamano3 who will help shape the center's future. So we're going to watch a video with all our little Shishu Vihars. Please enjoy.
Shishu kids sit very still, sitting down together. I say Om and you say Om as we all chant our prayers. And when we're through, we'll feel anew to practice all our jnana, to know the Lord our very God through all our acts and dana.
Good morning, Kita. With my feet, Kita. When I eat my food, Kita. Kita. Gopala, Gopala, Ram, Gopala. Kita, kita, Hare kita, 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 Hare kita, Hare kita, Hare kita, Hare kita. Om Guru Pya Namaha, Hare Om. When I sleep, Krishna Krishna. When I play, Krishna Krishna. When I eat, Krishna Krishna. Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Radhe 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 Krishna, Hare Hare Radhe 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 Govinda, Radhe Radhe Radhe
छोटे ग्वाल, छोटे छोटे गैया, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटा सा मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, मेरो मदन गोपाल। आगे आगे गैया, पीछे पीछे ग्वाल, आगे आगे गैया, पीछे पीछे ग्वाल, बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल, बीच में मेरो मदन गोपाल। काली काली गैया, गोरी गोरी ग्वाल, काली काली गैया, गोरी गोरी ग्वाल, श्याम वरण मेरो मदन गोपाल, श्याम वरण मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटे छोटे ग्वाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, अरे छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी लकुटी, छोटे छोटे हाथ, छोटी छोटी लकुटी, छोटे छोटे हाथ, बंसी बजावे मेरो मदन गोपाल, बंसी बजावे मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी सखियाँ मधुबन पान, छोटी छोटी सखियाँ मधुबन पान, रास रचाए मेरो मदन गोपाल, रास रचाए मेरो मदन गोपाल। घास खाए गैया, दूध पीवे ग्वाल, माखन खावे मेरो मदन गोपाल। छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटी छोटी ग्वाल, छोटी छोटी गैया, छोटी छोटी ग्वाल, छोटो सो छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल, ओ छोटो सो मेरो मदन गोपाल।
All right. Well, I'm glad you got to see our little kiddos, and hopefully they are always going to be influenced by the many aunties and uncles, the Swamijis, and everyone at Yamunotri. And I'm sure we're super grateful for everything that has happened with the Yamunotri Center, and looking forward to the future of what will come at the Yamunotri Center as well. So we thank you for being able to be part of the celebration with us today. Some couple of announcements before we conclude for today. Tomorrow, as Uncle G mentioned, we will be having the Moorthi Sthapana anniversary puja. It will be at 10 a.m. to noon. So please make the time to come and attend the puja. Also, Bal Vihar is coming up really soon. So we want to make sure that we're getting all of our Bal Vihar students registered for the upcoming session. There are 2 sessions that will be offered, one on Saturday and then one on Sunday. Both will be from 11:15 to 12:15 p.m. And the sessions will start September 12th and September 13th. So they're soon to be coming. The other things that are offered for our adults, there are 2 adult study groups, 9:30 to 10 a.m. and then the 11:15 or 10:15 to 11:15 a.m. as you can see on the screen. And then the language classes, on Saturdays we will have Hindi, Tamil, and Sanskrit, and Sundays we will have Hindi only. So again, Bal Vihar has influenced my life, and I'm still here today. So hopefully you choose and you make sure that we can have our kids register and attend. And here are the timings and the online satsangs that will happen with Uncle G and Auntie G on Tuesdays, Sundays, Fridays, and every other Thursdays. Okay. We will conclude. So I will say our concluding prayers. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschit Dukkhabhavahe, Asato Ma Sadgamaya, Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya, Mrityormam Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. I know we're all sitting, but if you would like, you can stand for the pledge. We stand as one family, bound to each other with love and respect. We serve as an army, courageous and disciplined, ever ready to fight against all low tendencies and false values within and without us. We live honestly, the noble life of sacrifice and service, producing more than what we consume and giving more than what we take. We seek the Lord's grace to keep us on the path of virtue, courage, and wisdom. May thy grace and blessings flow through us to the world around us. We believe that the service of our country is the service of the Lord of Lords, and devotion to the people is devotion to the Supreme Self. We know our responsibilities. Give us the ability and courage to fulfill them. Om Tat Sat. And then Shilpa will be doing the Arti to conclude.
आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की आरती सद्गुरु की चरणों में उनके शांति समाये शरणागत की भ्रांति मिटाए पाप ताप संताप हरण की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की सिद्धबाड़ी की तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे भक्त हृदय आनंद स्रोत की आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की आरती सद्गुरु की ॐ न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकं नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतोऽयमग्निः तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वं तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति ॐ देवकी नन्दनाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो कृष्ण प्रचोदयात् ॐ वृषभानुजायायै विद्महे कृष्णप्रियायै च धीमहि तन्नो राधा प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ
Thank you everyone for coming. Hari Om. Unless Jyoti Auntie has anything to say, then Please come to
Thank you very much for putting forward such wonderful slides and the show. It was really nice.
Of course.
Very good. Very
Outstanding job, everyone. Everyone, you just all did great. So happy. Very happy for all of you.
So happy for all the kids who are grown in front of our eyes and to see them grow like from little babies. It brought tears to my eyes. Looking at my own daughter, my own Sheetal, everybody, all these little babies they grow up.
Blessings to all of you.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Okay, Hari Om.
Hari
Very good program. Hari Om.
Wonderful program. Hari Om.
Hari Om, thank you.
Hari Om.
आंटी जी आप भी बहुत छोटी लग रही थी 5 साल
7 साल पहले की है ना 7 साल पहले